Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a comparison of two steering wheels that I've tried out. The first steering wheel that I will review for you guys is the Thrustmaster T80. Let's start with the pros. So I thought that the Thrustmaster T80 was actually a pretty good steering wheel to use as a starter wheel. The Thrustmaster wheel pretty much just helped me get used to using a steering wheel while playing the game. It was a better alternative to using the PS4 remote controller. The second pro of the Thrustmaster T80 is that it was pretty easy to set up and secure to my desk. You pretty much just slide the steering wheel onto the edge of the desk and then turn the handle underneath to tighten up the space between the wheel and the desk. The Thrustmaster T80 only has 2 wires. You pretty much just plug it into the PS4 console and power it up. And the third pro that I have for this steering wheel is that the price is somewhat reasonable. I got mine for, I want to say $80 at Walmart retail price, so with tax it came out to around 90 bucks. For me personally, I didn't think steering wheels cost that much, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Compared to other steering wheels, $80, $90 is not too bad for a starting wheel. So I guess you could say that's a pro. It was a pro for me at the time because I did not want to be spending over $100 on a steering wheel. So yeah, it's a pro if you're on a budget. This is a good enough steering wheel to use. My overall impression of the Thrustmaster T80 is that it's actually the perfect steering wheel for a kid or teenager who has the right grip to grip the steering wheel. As an adult, it's, like I said, for me, it was a good starting wheel. If you could try out several steering wheels before making a purchase, I would definitely do that. Now let's get to the cons of the Thrustmaster T80. The first thing that I noticed is I didn't like how small the steering wheel looked. I know that this is a personal preference, but it was a con for me. So the second con for me is that the grip around the steering wheel is just okay. The grip is slightly nice on the sides, but it's pretty glossy on the top and bottom. And in general, it's not as thick and full as I had wanted it to be. Again, I know this is a personal preference. The third con for me is that the wheel doesn't do a full rotation. What I mean by that is that you can't turn the wheel right and do a complete 360-degree turn. And same when you turn the wheel to the left. You can't turn the wheel to the left and do a full 360-degree spin. So the fourth con for me is that the pedal setup is so light that it keeps backing up whenever I press on the gas and the brake. Because it moves backwards, I have to extend my leg out to reach out to it. The worst is when the pedals move backwards on me while I'm racing. It's extremely uncomfortable and I have to reposition myself, and this affects how well I do in the race. So those are the pros and cons that I have for the Thrustmaster T80. All right, so now let's get to my review of the Logitech G29. Let's start with the pros. First pro is that this steering wheel is nice and sturdy. So this is actually how I imagine a steering wheel to look like in real life, but I've actually never really been inside a race car, so I wouldn't really know. Either way, I really like how this steering wheel is nice and sturdy. Another pro for this wheel is that this setup is also pretty easy. You just slide it onto the edge of the desk and turn both knobs here on the top. This secures the steering wheel with the desk. So once it's tightened, the steering wheel doesn't move. The third pro of the steering wheel is that the grip around the steering wheel is very nice. There's grip all around the steering wheel. The fourth pro of this steering wheel is that it can do just about 2.5 full rotations. The fifth pro of the steering wheel, and this is probably a personal preference, I like that it gives force feedback. I actually did not like force feedback at first, but I like that the force feedback is very representative of real life racing. So when you go off track or hit the dirt, you actually feel the rumble in the steering wheel. God damn it. Fuck. You pretty much get a closer to real life experience when you use the steering wheel. Another pro of the Logitech G29 setup is that the pedals are strong. The pedals are metallic and not plastic-like, and the pedals do not move around on the ground. So I can basically press on the gas and the brake, and this setup will not move. I don't even have to put a mat under the gas and brake setup. It doesn't move at all. All right, so that was a lot of pros for the Logitech G29. And come to think of it, I don't have any cons for it. I truly enjoy using this steering wheel. It does cost $250, so if you're on a budget, the price may actually be a con for you. Now that I've compared both steering wheels, the only thing I wish I had was a nice racing chair. Nice comfy racing gaming chair to sit in, and maybe a nice setup where I could prop up the brake and the gas at a nice angle. All right, so that's it for my review. If you are trying to decide between the Thrustmaster T80 and the Logitech G29, I hope that the information I provided to you was useful. If you have any thoughts, please feel free to share. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in my next video, guys. Or maybe I'll catch you in my next race. Nissan, what the fuck? You bitch. Fuck you. Here we go. Hello, sucker. Smooth. Now I gotta remind myself about the smoothness. There we go.